Hello, guys. Good evening and welcome to League of Europe here for round number 15 at the Circuit of the Americas. I am Ivan Mike, and joined in the commentary booth for me tonight, as always, is Old School 3000, aka Mark. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm good. I'm looking forward here to see the Super Kota Indy 500 Bowl, as the Americans would call it, and it's taking place in hurricane conditions, allegedly, for the race, which these guys probably, well, some of them will be happy, some of them will not be.
I mean, for us here in the comments box, and for you guys watching in the stream, this should be a very entertaining race indeed. The wet conditions always throws a little bit something extra in there, and we do like that.
Let's see who's not known. Let's see who's accidentally, because it's easy to do, especially look, the weather's glorious, the weather's lovely. It's very easy to assume that the weather might not be particularly terrible in the race. So I'll be very interested to know if anyone gets caught out. And we do know that United Bosnia loves a dry setup on these conditions, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, and Royal Council, who's on his flying lap right now, came out the pits relatively quick, and I think he may have accidentally not checked the race conditions.
Potentially. Easy to do. So what we got? We got. Oh, it says Division 2 for some reason. So if everyone's a bit confused, yeah, I don't know. We can change it after, I believe. Unless I'm really mistaken. I am not. No, I'm not.
That's right, I can quickly change that in the YouTube studio now.
Cool. So I'll have a little look at. Actually, I should probably keep an eye on the track because people are going out. So the wet setup here is a lot different. It's a lot more draggy. It's not just a case of just as Royal Council. There is his first ever provisional pole. Congratulations to Royal Council. That is his 100%. That's his first ever provisional pole. Could be the favourite for the race potentially, as we have we have Dave coming over the line on his outlap. Oh, and Cam K's beat it by 6 seconds. He's no longer favourite for the race. That is a shame.
Nope. That's not what we like to see, Cam K. Allow it.
Swip starting his outlap. It's all a bit messy. There's Bosnia on the lap. Quite a few of them on the lap, to be fair. I'm very keen to see what Bosnia does today.
Yeah, he needs a big performance today.
Absolutely. So, as Ryan B goes quickest with a 31.3, they'll want to be in the 30s, I suspect. Actually, no, they won't, will they? Because of the wet setups. 31.3 is actually an incredibly good lap if he's got a wet setup on.
Yeah, and that's going to be the entire thing for him now, is finding out if he does have a wet setup on. As we're starting to get times coming in quick and fast, I'm trying to find the edit button so I can change what is reading right now in the stream, and I can't find it, so apologies for that, guys. This is not Division 2. This is Division 5. I've made an error while setting it up, so I do apologise for that. But Ryan B right now on provisional pole. And speaking of Division 2, that is also going on right now. So if you guys want to pop into Division 2 and give Jay Cole a nice congratulations for his 50th F1 season commentary in League of Europe, be sure to go do that.
Just after his win as well. Just after he's won. So he'll be over the moon.
Yeah, you'll be loving life.
So Cam K cannot wrap up the title today, but he could theoretically put it in a bow. So he could get to potentially a 60 Quick maths, Mark. 41 plus 26, 67. 67-point lead with only 78 points available. So, big day for him. He can pretty much make this processionary, or with these conditions, to be fair, it could be a very different kettle of fish, and it could open the title back up.
Yes, it could. And this track, I mean, as you know, and as I know, is very crucial on penalties. As even in the dry, it's crucial on penalties. In the wet, it's a lot worse. So Maverick goes on provisional pole with a 31.3, a good lap from the Hasse.
Loving his home race. It's a 1-2 at the moment for the Americans. The 1-2. We've got Cam K in 7th, and we have another American. Oh, someone.
Smiskey up in the 4th.
Who's our 4th American? We have one. Without looking.
Well, we got Cam K, Ghost, Maverick. And I don't think there's anyone else, as Cam K's improved it with a 31.3 as well. We got 4 drivers on a 31.3 right now.
Yep, and the front 3 are all from the US of A. So, it's very interesting on the constructors' side as well. So, the McLarens and the Red Bulls are separated by 5 points. As I understand it, we've only got 1 Red Bull here today, haven't we? I believe.
We got ST5 in the other Red Bull, but I think he's a reserve.
I believe so. Let's have a double check. So,
his flip just invalidates his lap there.
yeah, it's Serve the Blessed, who is a full-time driver, but he's not here today. That's going to be really tough on Niels, because Niels is going to have to really push against 2 very good drivers. And Alt Maverick and Ghost, though, could be their day, potentially. You don't know. They could also pick up a bundle of points. It's not completely out of the question that they could catch. They're only 57 points behind. And they are probably, in my opinion, the 2 strongest pairings in a way. I'm sure Jordan won't be too happy with me saying that, but he is not a fan of the wet weather, as we saw.
Steve-O up into 8th.
Steve-O's the kind of guy that I can imagine accidentally sticking on a dry setup.
Don't jinx him like that. Right now, I've not to see who we've got on a flying lap. Ryan B, I believe, has just started his second flying lap. As we got Ibo in the chat saying it's going to absolutely chuck it down in the race.
Can we just, I just want to have a big shout out to our returning driver. We got lost somewhere in the mean streets of Switzerland. Emperor Rub. Someone that I've driven many a time, and I hope to see him do well today. I've got a lot of time for Emperor. He's a big fan of going out on inters on dry tracks, so I don't know whether that means he's going to be quick in the wet. But he is a really nice guy, and it's nice to see him back, actually. And hopefully Bellon, his partner in crime, will be available to race soon as well.
Yeah, and we love to see it when former drivers make their way back to the league. Right now, Ryan B, he is looking at a 30 right now, a high 30. As he comes into the penultimate corner, he's a few tenths up on his time as he comes now into the final corner.
He's D-rated.
Yep, D-rated, but it is a 31 flat.
Very nice. Great lap from him.
And speaking of Emperor Rub, no, it was the other Renault. It was United Bosnia who was at the end of the sector.
Emperor Rub is... I've just seen how aggressive he's driving this car. He is sliding everywhere.
He's got a car right behind him.
He does. He wants to get a move on with this and make sure he sets this lap. Looks not the tidiest, but I tell you what, I've not seen a car drive on that ragged edge like that round. Ooh, He got it invalid. So frustrating.
We got Cloudy Cloud now to the line. He has kept it valid and improves up in the 10th.
Well, this is an awkward situation because...
Oh, Niels! 31 0 0 0 0 0 0 3. All the zeros.
So we have Cloudy behind Emperor now. Has he dropped back? I don't know if he has. I think Emperor's moved over. Good to see. It's really affected Cloudy, though Cloudy's really down. Emperor didn't do anything wrong, but that's impacted. So the problem with wet races is that everyone can do multiple laps, so you need to make sure the gaps are pretty big when you start your laps.
Yes, absolutely on that one, and I believe someone else coming to the line. No, he's invalidated. Was United Bosnia invalidated? So he'll peel off into the pits. We have an Alpha Tauri up next of Slayer. I believe he has kept it valid. This corner can be pretty deceiving with just drifting out a little bit too wide, as we saw earlier with Emperor Rab, and to the line goes Slayer. It's a 33-0. As I'm getting reminded now in the Discord chat that I've titled it wrong.
He knows. So the fight for third is very interesting. It's Bosnia, we focus a lot on this title race, but I think it's only fair we look at the bronze medal spots. We've got Bosnia on 125, we have Ryan B on 122, and then we have Maverick and Jordan on 109 and 101. But the fight between Ryan B and Bosnia is really close.
Yeah, it's a shame as well, because Ryan B and United Bosnia were two guys at the start of the season who were picked to be favourites to win this championship.
Yeah, pretty much universally. I think Ghost was up there as well. Ghost missed a few races, but he's always his pace has improved so much over these games since I started watching him. He's gone from at the back to really quite challenging for wins and challenging for podiums. So strong work from him. Smitsky's on a lap. Smitsky needs a...
He's just finished a lap. He improved by about a 10th.
See, his run of... He's not had a DNF actually all season. He had a podium at the first race, but has got points every race except Japan that he's raced. As Jordan jumps up to third. Interesting. Ghost. As quick as we look at the gap between the top 7, it's so tight.
It's incredibly close at the top end. And I tell you what, looking at the times we've seen so far, they're pretty on par with some dry laps around here.
Yeah.
With the wet setups as well. So I think there could be multiple people who forgot to put a wet setup on.
You really suffer down that back straight. Really suffer. I mean, I'll tell you one thing though. I was in time trial as I do on the wet, and I was trying to overtake a lad break FN in D3, and down the back straight, I absolutely swamped him. His setup was really high downforce. If these guys can stay out ahead, they will just pull so much time down to the point where, and the problem is the third sector, there's not really many overtaking spaces, particularly in the wet. It's going to be really tough to overtake someone that's got a drastic aero advantage on you. Well, aero disadvantage, but you know what I mean. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, the added aero will definitely help in Sector 1 and Sector 3, but that long straight, it's going to hurt if someone's right up behind you.
Yeah.
As we got Ryan B, who is marginally up on his time right now, not enough to eclipse Niels, but if he can find the time in the final sector, he could possibly sneak into the 30s. Once again, everyone in the chat, I do apologise for titling the stream wrong. I didn't really look before I did it, and there we go, Ryan B at 30.7, finding another 3 attempts, and now we are starting to get some decent dry laps around you.
Wow. Oh, this is heartbreaking for Alt Maverick. Alt Maverick is on a faster sector 1, and the problem is he's got Emperor, who's also on a lap. He doesn't have to move over, and that's it. He's still a 10th up. Unbelievable. I think that could... He's so frustrated. I would back off right now, and I would just... Yeah, and that's exactly what he's done. Clever thinking.
He's got his teammate right behind him, though, so he can't back off too much. Here we go, here comes Ghost. He's going to catch his teammate in the penultimate corner.
Oh, I feel like that put him off.
Yeah.
I do. I feel like that just
Ghost
put him
off into the pits. We've got Jordan who's just starting a lap as well. Yeah, Ghost retiring from the session. He, like you said, I think he was completely caught off guard by his teammate.
Well, I was on board with Alt Maverick, and he had Bosnia coming to pretty much a standstill on that straight. Ah, Maverick really struggling in this sector now. Oh, and he's lost it. He's in the wall.
Oh, no.
He's going to be so angry.
And Kamke's invalidated his lap, so Kamke's not going to be getting pole position here today.
Wow. How is Jordan getting on? That's what he looks to be the biggest threat potentially. Ryan B pits. That's enough from him.
Niels has also invalidated his lap. So with all eyes on Smitsky, Jordan and United Bosnia now, I'd say. And Dave as well, possibly Dave. He's 3 attempts up.
Oh, Jordan is 2 attempts up. He's got a purple sector too.
Oh, it's going to be close. And McDutchface actually right behind his teammate. Out of nowhere.
Dutchface has been such a good addition to this division. He fits in really well at that top end. And it's a nice looking 1-2 at the moment for the Mercs. Oh, Jordan, very tentative. Not good enough for me. How does it compare?
To the line. Oh, he's just behind Niels, and Smitsky staying in 6th place. And now we got the Williams to the line. We got Cloudy Cloud. 4 attempts up for Cloudy Cloud, and he gets into the top 10. But for how long? United Bosnia. He was down on his time in Sector 2 and improves by 3 attempts, but it's not enough to challenge the top end.
Oh, Jasper, you could have just gone over the line.
There we go, Jasper retiring in the pits. And there we have it. It's a Mercedes 1-2 with a Red Bull in 3rd. That sounds familiar somehow.
Yeah, and an annoying little twerp in a McLaren in 4th.
It's like real life, isn't it?
Someone from North America about 5th. That's very, very real.
Okay, so running through the orders, we got Ryan B on pole position, just half a tenth ahead of his teammate McDutchface, who shares the front row along with him, both on 30.7s. Then we got Niels in 3rd, 2.5 tenths off Ryan B, and Jordan in 4th. Ghost Recon in 5th, Smitsky in 6th, United Bosnia in 7th, Alt Maverick in 8th, Cam K in 9th, the championship leader, quite far back. And then we got Cloudy Cloud rounded at the top 10, and outside the top 10 with 3 choice of tire compound, we got Stevo, Dave, ST5, Swip, Jasper, Flip, Slayer, Emperor Rub, Sir Ibo, and Royal Council. And I don't know why I said 3 choice of tire compound, because it is supposed to be wet.
Well, and also we had in 6th, we've got a washed up chap driving a Ferrari. This is very, very real, reminiscent of real life, this. Shout out to Smitsky, see if he can do anything. And also, Well, if we take it like liken it to real life, the disappointing season that Smitsky's had in that Ferrari, and the disappointing season that Mr. Vettel's had, it come alive in the wet, didn't it? Towards the end of the season. What are
Yeah,
we
maybe
saying?
the wet race is all you need.
Smitsky third. My prediction.
Ooh, that's a bold prediction.
It is. It is. I know Ryan's very good in the wet. I just don't know. I think with Dutch face off, well, that's an easy thing to say for 1 and 2, but I know they're both pretty good in the wet. I think MK struggles a little bit in the wet compared to the dry. Compared to the dry, anyway.
This is going to be interesting because I know McDutchess is no assists now, and we haven't really had too many wet races in Division 5 to really see how McDutchess can handle himself. No assists in the wet.
This is it. Like, a little bit similar. It's the reverse race. We had the dry race, and I put it on pole
Ooh,
because I'm.
Smitsky on the full wets compared to everyone else on Indus.
What's going on here? Oh, he's had a night. Well,
It is
I say he's
Ferrari.
had a night.
It's real Ferrari.
I tell you what, it does look really, really wet though, doesn't it?
It does. It's very close. Just looking
I
at
mean,
the track, I'd assume it's kind of like what you had in Division 3, where the Indus were slightly quicker in these conditions, but I don't think
yeah,
Smitsky's going to lose too much time on those wets.
it could be an inspired choice. It could be, but wow, that's a really. It's just such an. I hate to be critical, but it's such an unnecessarily bold thing to do because no one else has done it. It's got to be perfect, or he's going to be last after
Wow.
lap 5.
Is Smitsky, has Smitsky just called a absolute masterclass strategy right here, or has he just revealed himself to be, as you said earlier, washed up here in the wet?
Let's see how this pans out. Jordan could fall backwards, similar to myself. Maybe potentially with Dutch face. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's good in the wet, but like you say, no assists. It's a different kettle of fish. So the pace that people showed in the dry isn't necessarily going to be in any way representative of what they're going to do. So we could see some pretty meaty trains getting formed quite quickly.
I'm just saying, this is Ibo's time. It's Ibo's chance.
Well, I predict Ibo gets a point. That's my prediction.
Either that, or you'll put on the media the hards at some point in full wet.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. We've got a car missing from the grid.
No, I believe we had
we
someone
don't.
spin.
All right. Well, that's a bad sign for Ghost, and that's a bad sign for Cloudy Cloud.
So here we go then. We are waiting for those 5 red lights to get us underway for a very damp race here at Austin. As we go to those 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway. Look at them getting so tentative off the line. Looks like Niels has had a great start, getting already ahead of McDutchess. Jordan getting ahead as well as he tries to go around the outside. Is everyone trying to keep it clean? 3 wide in the background there with Volt, Maverick, Cloudy Cloud and United Bosnia. Oh! Cloudy Cloud's half spun it, front wings flying everywhere.
Swipper big loser flip going onto the back of Cloudy and causing some serious damage to the front of his wing. Flip too tentative around corner 1, and it's carnage as Smitsky isn't dropping like a stone. This is very, very interesting.
Yeah, Smitsky seems to be coping pretty well out there and appears to have better traction at the corner compared to Ghost. Let's see what his traction is like out of the hairpin. So Maverick looks like he got slightly better traction here, and actually could be a possible move. Cam K already up into 4th. What a start he's had.
Looking around the Outside and switches to the inside of McDutchface. McDutchface is struggling. Could he cause a train? Ryan B is off. Ryan B is gone. Oh, it's Camco with a great switchback on McDutchface.
Fortunately, I wasn't on board for that. I was on board with Smitsky, and yeah, as I was saying, with the wet and the being no assist, it changes the whole complexity. As Niels goes off, goes wide, and there goes Camke up into second.
Wow. They just love making it easy for the guy, don't they? They truly do, but he's got a big issue here because Ryan looks so good.
Yeah, Ryan go on.
It is raining really heavy. If Smitsky could just keep this competitive, just keep it on the road, it might get wetter. And then he's got a pit stop advantage over everybody.
Yeah, the heavier rings, the more he'll favour Smitsky, as we got Cloudy, Flip, and Royal Council into the pits. Cloudy Cloud losing the back end on the exit of turn 1.
I have a horrible feeling.
Go on, horrible feeling.
I know. It looks like Smitsky was a ghost for a while, but he's not. Bizarre, he's having some connection issues here. He is struggling really badly.
As Emperor Rub picks up the inaugural 3-second time penalty, and we actually get to show this for the first time in Division 5. The new penalty feature that the Codemasters have introduced, where we don't have to check the race director anymore.
So good. So good. Give Cody's a lot of crap, but that's a really good addition for me.
Yeah, I do appreciate that addition. Just being on the comms and everything is always nice to be able to keep up to date with the penalties without going away from the action on track as ST5 gets past Smitsky.
Great move. I did something similar earlier and wasn't quite as clean as that, but good move.
Yeah, and right now it just looks like Smitsky's just on the wrong tyre.
Steve-O's round. Steve-O is really round. Oh, he needs to move. Steve-O, you need to move. You need to move. You're going to get DSQ'd. Ooh. Waiting
the wrong
really
way.
Nicely. Oh, I don't know how he didn't get DSQ'd there. Fair play. Nice of him to wait as well. Really sporty.
Everyone just tiptoeing their way through the S's.
I just wonder. Oh, Smitsky's really struggling, but how is this Inters?
It is like an absolute monsoon out there. Well, it does look on the racing line. It does look Steve-O's actually retired in the pit lane. Not a good day for Steve-O, not a good day for the racing points either, to be fair. Royal Council having to pit early, and he's pitted onto the wet compound tyres as well.
Smitsky's pretty quick in a straight line by the looks of this. He's not letting his teammate through.
Are we going to see the Ferraris?
Dutchface really losing it. Really losing it. But Jordan couldn't capitalise. He had a bad exit, and I think that's just... Dutchface is really struggling.
Yeah, he's all over the place, and this is what I was saying earlier about the wet really changing how you drive no assist. The braking points are moved, your turning points are moved.
Yeah.
Everything has changed, and of course you don't want to lock up as Dave gets through on his teammate as well. So Dave now up in the 10th. United Bosnia, who is another man who is almost no assist. He only uses ABS, so he has to make sure his braking points and everything are down the same as same as McDutch. You can see in the S's, he hasn't got the right line.
See, the problem is that Smitsky's now finding himself in is that he's now a full pit stop behind the leaders. Swip, what a move. He did it off track, so that was a bit naughty. He picks up a time pit, and he gets an illegal overtake. Even worse, so he gets 3 seconds. So we're getting pens popping up everywhere now at the back.
Yeah, and honestly, with Swip stopping to an absolute crawl there, that has got to be one of the worst things that you can do in the full wet, because once you start trying to get yourself going again, it's so easy to spin up your tyres. We've got ST5 looking around the outside of Old Maverick. American keeping a hold of P8 for now.
Flip with a pen.
Right now, McDutch now behind Jordan, and Joe, we were saying about the Haas's chances, and obviously we were talking about the constructors. McLaren in a good spot right now to take home some big points. But Cam K not closing in on Ryan B.
The problem is that fastest laps are continuing to be set, so for me that would seem that the track is slightly getting better. And Smitsky's running around there on those wets. It's not out of it, but
I'm confused why the wets aren't working. It's like it's absolutely chucking it down. This is like what I have to live with every day in Wales.
It's just Ghost now coming onto the back of the Dutch race, who has done a lot better in the last lap or two. He's probably just getting used to it. Maybe not done a ton of wet running or any wet running around here.
Oh no, Ibo! I just noticed in the comment section we just had Ibo commenting saying he had to.
Well, if this comes off, I'll be amazed. He wasn't doing that, but he wasn't that far behind. It wasn't the worst start. Well, he's struggling a bit here. Tell you what, he doesn't want to cause a safety car. He wouldn't be Ryan's best friend right now, would he?
Nope. And it's Ibo being Ibo, isn't it? He does love a bit of rallying in these wet conditions.
He's so we've got ST5 in.
And that was something I was gonna bring up as well. Like the pit stop strategy in the dry is a simple soft, medium, or soft, hard. In the wet, as ST5 was chucked on the full wets.
What? We've got yellows. That could be for anything. Smitsky's pit for the Inters.
Has Smitsky just made a blunder where these wet tyres about to come good?
This is incredible.
As
if anything, he's struggling, isn't he?
Yeah, I think for McDutch Chase, he was running better when he was right behind Jordan because he could use Jordan as a brake reference. I think now that Jordan and Ghost have got clear, find it a bit difficult as we got
cloudy round. Yeah, cloudy is round. Slayer's really struggling.
How is Ibo still facing the right way on this track? I have no idea.
I just caught Slayer there, nearly stacking it into the wall on the traction zone onto the back straight. He's really, as Ryan B's just pumping in these faster slaps for fun. But Kamke is just not far behind him at all.
Nah, it's looking like Kamke has actually closed that gap down a bit.
Mm.
And Kamke actually responded with the fastest lap, beating Ryan's lap time by 4 thousandths of a second.
What's that? Is that Ibo? Might be. It's just got no turn.
Ibo, you need to come into the pits, mate.
I don't want to get disqualified.
Well, we are at the slightly single file portion of this race now, as we got more yellow flags, and I think that is also for Ibo again.
Oh, we've got yellows in the earlier part of the track.
Sector 1 looks like could be ST5, who's all over the back of Jasper.
This is interesting. Oh, he picks up a pen there.
Yeah, that's a silly track extension to take, but there.
I tell you what, not doing terribly on pace against Jasper. Oh, my Dutch face gets overtaken, but don't know what's happened here. Has he got wing damage or something? He's just kind of let Bosnia through. This seems really peculiar.
Oh yeah, he has got wing damage. Front left end plate.
He's staying out.
Right, that kind of explains a little bit of his pace drop.
I don't know if that happened in that corner though. It's that double left, the notorious for instance, that particular corner, because they both seem to kind of slow and second guess it. So
I think he may have got it by just going a little bit too deep and going into the back of Jordan, because he lost a lot of time to Jordan and Ghost very quickly.
I think Ryan might be. As Jordan picks up a pen, Ryan might be feeling the pressure slightly now because he's picked up another warning. That's 2 warnings for him. That's a Kamke's 1. And Kamke just seems to be having a bit more joy in these conditions now.
Yeah, and Kamke using a lot of VRS now compared to Ryan. As we got more yellow flags in Sector 1, I believe that is for, I think that was for ST5 again, going around. How is this still intermediate conditions? It baffles me. There's Ghost there doing a bit of 4-wheel drifting there in second gear. You'd have to see it.
Dutch race doing. Oh! Was that Raw Council spearing off out the way? Fair play. Just saw a car just come straight across the track there in the beginning of Sector 3.
Yep, and we got Flip getting past another no assist runner in Slayer, and honestly, in conditions like this is where I give maximum respect to the no assist runners.
Yeah, 100%. Smitsky's clean, so this is interesting. If he can keep it clean, whilst we've griefing him for his Ferrari-esque strategy, it's got a bit of an advantage compared to those around us. Mercedes.
That's race.
Costly, really costly, and that puts him into pretty much no man's land. Ooh, that puts him into no man's land. It's Ghost Recon on the back. We've got. So that's everybody finally taking his medicine. No, Slayer.
Ibo is he's back out on the Inters, which is good to see.
Yeah.
And Ryan picking up a 3-second time penalty now.
I did think it's obviously pushing that a little bit more.
I tell you what, we got a tasty scrap brewing up between Jordan and Ghost Recon.
Emperor Rub is just everywhere at the moment. He's not enjoying these conditions, and Flip is having to second guess.
I think a lot of the guys out there are just being... They're second guessing in the middle of the corners, isn't they?
Flip is doing everything he can. He's doing everything he can. He's slipstreaming. He goes around the outside. Gives Emperor the room. Switches back on him. What?
Emperor!
No!
Just loses the back end.
That's so unfortunate. That might well be... Yeah, it's giving Flip some damage. That is so frustrating.
And now Smitsky's right behind him, and Smitsky needs to just take stock of what's just happened in front of him.
Very much so. Needs to be very careful. Flip's wing now. You can see that lack of aero. Really, really struggling. These conditions are getting worse.
Yeah, I think... just looking at ST5, trying to see his pace relative to Jasper's. But McDutchrace comes out in a fresh set of Indas.
Yeah, I wouldn't gamble. I'd wait until... Because if you do, you lose 25 seconds potentially and your race is run. I don't blame them for persisting with the Inters, but... It's definitely difficult out there. It's not ideal. Vitsky needs to tread so carefully. Emperor is not... and he's just not confident. And it's causing Smitsky to almost second guess himself.
Yeah, now he's got McNutchase behind him as well, who's really been struggling in these conditions.
Yeah. And the worst thing is that Emperor seems to be quite confident around this little part of the sector. Oh, Ghostface loses it a little bit. Vitsky gaining. He's gaining. Oh, be careful.
Going for the switchback, perhaps. Oh, Emperor.
This is the problem. And he can't be too tentative. Oh, he gets through.
Emperor will have the inside line and...
Oh, this is so tight. Oh, Smitsky.
And McDutchase is there now, side by side, and... Smitsky and Emperor Rub are really battling now.
Smitsky's going to be so angry. Oh!
He is trying everything right now. A safety car! He has to give the position back!
Oh no! Oh no! He gets fooled, does he?
Yeah, he does. What does he?
What does he? I don't know. Maybe not.
So, to me, it looked like he overtaken after the safety car was deployed.
Well, I tell you what this does, is this changes the race to the point where Slayer...
Hang on, I think I know why Emperor is struggling as much as he is.
Why?
He's stuck in overtake. He's had the glitch.
Oh no.
Right, Emperor, if you're in the stream right now and you can hear me, the way to deal with this glitch is you have to leave the lobby and then come back in, which under safety car is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah. Not ideal.
As we got the leaders now into the pits, and
did anyone get a free pit?
I think everyone.
Well, I mean, as in like the guys at the back. Did they?
I think Royal Council may have, and
oh no! No! Ghost has gone right into the back of Jordan. Really, really, really unfortunate. He's going to be livid. Hopefully this changes his wing. Because it should not matter too much. It will Oh, and it's held Maverick. He's held Maverick.
Oh,
But they've got away with it, really. I mean, he's lost a place to Bosnia. Maverick should actually... It won't affect Maverick. Maverick's fine. So, could have been a lot worse. Ghost will be annoyed, but he's lost a place out of it. Could have been a hell of a lot worse there.
yeah, absolutely. And now under a safety car, we will. Oh, ST5 stays out.
Could Smitsky could jump 2 cars. He does. Okay, so if Smitsky can get to the end, this is giving him such a lease of life.
Don't know though. That's 16 more laps. I know we'll be under safety car for at least a lap or two, but still an awful lot of life on those tyres that he needs to eke out.
Do you know what? I've just realised something.
Yep.
Everyone is bombing it on those inters. I would save them. I'd conserve them a little bit. There's no rush. The safety car's not gonna. It's not gonna go. You know, it's.
Well, what this has done is actually helped Cloudy Cloud out massively, because I believe he was a lap down, but he didn't pit along with the leaders. He stayed out so he could get the free pit stop the next lap.
Very clever. And it unlaps him and it gets him back in the race.
Yes, nice little bit of strategy there from Cloudy Cloud.
This reminds me of when Dave did it a few races ago, and he ended up having a really decent performance and picking up points.
Speaking of Dave, he's currently in 9th place, and ST5 still on those wets, and I would have pitted and chucked him off.
That was I mean, who knows? Maybe if it gets really... The thing is, he's putting enough wear on them that he's going to have to stop anyway, so... What we got...
Yeah.
This is going to be a long while. I'll be amazed if Cloudy gets up to the back of this lap.
Alright, it looks like Emperor Rub's ERS issues have sorted themselves.
Maybe he just forgot. It's new to the game.
Maybe. I know I've seen that glitch happen pretty recently where someone's stuck in overtake. But previously the way to deal with it was to leave the lobby and join back.
So here's Dutchface has got a bit of a touch, because he has actually got Royal Council in between him and Flip. That's going to be handy for him.
Yeah, and a good thing for McDutchface as well is he's had 13 laps now in these conditions. He has another... Not sure, is Jasper running... Pretty sure Jasper's got no assist this season as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got another no assist runner ahead, who appears to be slightly more comfortable in these conditions than himself, so I think that's going to be good for McDutchface to just chilling behind, get used to the braking points and everything, and then make the move and not lose too much time after he gets into clear air.
Oh, Royal Council has just gone round.
Right, so looking at the penalty situation right now, Ibo 26 seconds of penalties.
Well, that's quite a few seconds of penalties. Let's be honest, that's quite a lot.
I know we spoke about it in the award show at the end of last season. I think it might be time to ban Ibo. It's just terrible driving.
Royal Council's got a 5-second pen for ignoring yellow flags. Don't know what that's about. But... Slayer's Pit. We could have another lap. Cloudy's really struggling to get onto the back of this safety car.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Cloudy can make it. He's on the run up now towards turn 1. I think he should just about catch up.
Yeah, it should be fine. Don't push too hard, because I don't want to pick up a lazy pen. Flip with 12 seconds. This is going to be this will be frustrating the life out of him, this. The more laps, the more chance he has.
Same for Ghost as well. He's currently on 6 seconds compared to his competitors around him.
Well, safety car's in this lap, so Cloudy's got to get a move on.
I think he's going to be fine.
He should be right, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he should be fine. They're only just at the end of the straight now. As I have a lovely notification pop up saying that my controller is almost dying.
Oof. Should be okay.
Yeah, I've chucked it on charge now, it's all good.
Should be okay, but I'll tell you what. Yeah, he's fine. Sounds a bit tighter than...
Right, so we're waiting to see when Ryan B is going to go. On board with Cam K as we get ready to go back racing once again here. And out of the final corner. And it didn't look like a very good launch out the final corner there for Ryan.
Didn't look like a good launch for anyone except Ghost, who's right on the back of Bosnia now.
Bosnia going very deep into turn 1. That's going to allow Ghost to go. Oh! Bit of contact there between them. Oh, Ghost goes straight into the back of him.
Ooh.
Doesn't look like... Oh, no! Ghost! I hope Maverick sneaks through there. This is a bit clumsy, I'd say, from Ghost. As we got Dave getting through on Swip.
His wing's intact, though, unbelievably. So Maverick picks up a 3-second time, but that's his first of his race. Dave doing really well. Maverick onto the back of these guys.
He's dived it on ST5. He's gone. Oh, he's hit Ghost. Dave will be absolutely kicking himself for that. A very silly mistake there from Dave. And McMurtry's down the inside of Smitsky and could get Swip here as well. Oh, Swip tried to dive it on Dave.
Messy. Really messy at the moment.
And United Bosnia's left the session. This is the glitch now. So if you could send him an invite, then you'd be able to join back in.
Yeah. United. Come on. Is it United _ Bosnia?
Yeah. This glitch has been happening too often recently, and Jordan's left the session as well. Cloudy Cloud's left as well. The Royal Council, they're dropping like flies. Jordan, Cloudy Cloud and Royal Council, the other three who dropped out.
Okay. When I had this, I couldn't get back in.
Yeah, I had this earlier in qualifying in D4. So it looks like things have started to calm down a little bit now, which is good to see. Cloudy Cloud losing a spot to Slayer now, so he's not going to be happy when he rejoins. As I believe we got United Bosnia in the chat saying he can't join.
Yeah. Yeah. Dutch Race has left the session.
Race. This is heartbreaking for many of these guys. As Jordan now loses P4, United Bosnia, who's dropped 3 positions now since being disconnected, and it's nothing to do with anyone's connection. It's just the game for some reason just disconnects people for the sake of disconnecting people. As Flip gets through on Smitsky. Fantastic move there from Flip. And I believe D2's having a similar problem because I believe Daka has just posted something in the Discord.
Yeah, I wonder if this is something to do with the PlayStation 5 release more than necessarily directly at the game.
It could be. Dave tries to get through on ST5. ST5 with the switchback though. Dave down the inside, side by side. The Ferrari and the Red Bull. ST5 able to keep it. As we got Ibo in the chat saying he restarted the game before the lobby started. As we're starting to get people now joining back in, which is good to see. Jordan's back in as well. Lost 2 positions and he's not going to be happy because he could lose a further 2 more before he gets control of his car. As we've lost the timing here, as we got Jordan at ST5. Is Jordan back in his car? Yes, he is. And for the guys rejoining the session, please be careful when rejoining the car. It's very easy to lose the car when rejoining. Right now, I believe United Bosnia's Royal Council. He is back in the lobby. He's not back in his car yet. Just scrolling through to see who is in their cars and who isn't. So United Bosnia, all the way down in 15th place now. So when he rejoins, it's going to be absolutely furious, I think.
I've pinged him a couple of invites, but it's not. I think he might have just gave it up out of. And I wouldn't blame him.
Yep, and Smitsky now in the pits for a fresh set of boots. And Kamke doing exactly what he needs to do. Just sticking on the back of Ryan B. Knows that don't have to overtake. There we go. United Bosnia has joined. As Emperor Reb, I think, has gone for a spin. Yep, losing the back end in the S's there.
I'm trying to see how much quicker Smitsky's going to be.
As there we go. Yep, United Bosnia is back in his car.
Good to see.
Yeah, he's going to be furious. So I think he's dropped. He's dropped a good 6-7 positions through that.
I now can't see any times. I can now.
Yeah, I think after someone rejoins, the time intervals disappear, and then you got to wait for the leaders to cross a split before they start to come back. We got Swip into the pits, and that releases Jasper up into 10th and McDutchase into 11th. Cloudy Cloud also into the pits as well, as is Emperor Rub. Jasper picking up a 3-second time penalty. So, to my knowledge, the only clean runners so far have been Kamke and Niels.
Yeah, very impressive. So, Kamke is in the net lead of this race. There won't be in any rush to get past Ryan either.
There's no need to, is there?
Nope, not at all. Not at all. And he's only got one warning, so it's not like he's on 2 where he's on that horrible tightrope. He's in a good place, very good place. It's to lose now, I would say. Cloudy's round.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. Cloudy Swip and Emperor Reb on the set of the wets.
They're looking for something that's not there. Smitsky started that trend.
Well, I'll keep an eye on that gap between Smitsky and Swip. It looks like Swip may have the grip on entry, but he's just unable to carry the speed through the corners. United Bosnia now trying to get himself back into this race on the back of Slater for the final points paying position, and as Royal Council's left the session again.
Hope this doesn't start a wave. I've been writing Royal Council.
Of course, in the world of league racing, we have been seeing this issue happen all week. Pretty much since the release of the PlayStation 5, to be fair.
Yeah. I do wonder if it's the update or if it's the PS5. Flip gets another pen, that brings him up to 15 seconds. If I was SD5, I'd be tempted just to let him go at this point. As Flip gets 2, gets a horrible snap of oversteer. And that's going to pretty much eviscerate any chance. He's not actually trying to get past him either, and he's backing out. I think that could actually be more trouble than it's worth. If I was him, I'd try and clear him. Because that's causing SD5 to be a little bit tentative now as well.
Yeah, what he's doing is bringing Jasper and McDutchase onto the back of him, and I don't
That's
think
what I
they're
was
going to
thinking.
be too patient with ST5 as Flip is being. So right now on lap 22 of 28, I tell you what would actually spice the ending of this race up is a nice little SC just to calm things down a bit.
Could happen. Could easily happen, particularly with people on out on the wets.
Now, if you was Camke, would you be wanting to get this move done on track, or would you be more than happy just sit behind and take it on penalties?
I'm a pragmatist. I'd wait personally. I would just be chilling as long as Niels wasn't catching me.
Fair enough. We got Jordan now trying to make his way back as Ghost Recon gets very close to the back of his teammate there. And Flip, does he make the move now?
Ooh. Dutch face having a look on Jasper. Ah! And he's had a very close look at Jasper.
Yeah,
Too
I think
close.
he tried looking for the switchback and just didn't work out for him that time. And here we go, Flip. He's got the traction. He goes off
Flip.
track.
Oh my life. Jasper's completely
Jasper.
missed it. That was the battle for the lead is so intense. What I would do if I was Ryan B is I would as much as possible slow this up. I would try and back Camke into Nils to the point that Camke had to make a move. But I'm horrible.
So you're thinking that Ryan should what's the word? Channel is in Lewis Hamilton from 2016 Abu Dhabi.
Absolutely. I think that's the only thing he could do. Just as long as he keeps it safe, as long as he's not breaking silly places and stuff. That's exactly what I'd be doing right now. Because I know I'm not going to get gap him by 3.3 seconds. It's not going to happen.
Ooh.
As we've lost, I think that's Swip. It is,
Yep,
yeah.
Swip around.
He's got going again.
Tell you what, ST5 is causing a pretty sizable train now on those wets.
Yeah, with Bosnia, we've kind of forgot about him because of his unfortunate disconnection. He's right up there, as is Slayer. Smithy could join this party.
Oh, Bosnia down the inside. He's going to get 2 for 1.
Now, did he snap a bit of his wing off?
I don't think so. McDutchase went very deep into that corner and it just opened up for him, 2 into 1.
What a move.
Could be a candidate for an overtake of the season if United Bosnia puts that in.
I think that was a great move. Fantastic effort. He's only got 6 seconds as well, so if he can gap ST5, got to get to him first. He could still be on for a top 8 finish here.
Yeah, very true. I forgot Flip had 15 seconds of pence. So I give everyone a quick look at that.
Camco on Ryan B.
Well, they're side by side.
Ryan gets it done. Well done. Keeps the lead, and this is exactly what he needs to do. He needs to bring him into a dogfight. He needs to get Nils to come back into this. It's his only chance. Nils is struggling far too much, though. What is he doing? Not even shift. He's really under shifting. This is bizarre. Being too cautious.
I think Neil's kind of given up hope a bit of catching these guys up ahead, and
really strange. I think he's almost phoning it in. Doesn't need to. If he thought about this is just stupidity.
Oh, bit of contact with ST5 there. Almost goes into half spin, but he has got ahead now. Out the Red Bull, as is Jasper and Slayer, and Jasper and Slayer getting through on United Bosnia.
See, this is where we're showing, I think, an element of immaturity here, because these guys are in a battle. They are completely locked in. They are absolutely locked into each other. You know that Ryan's got a pen. Ryan knows he's got a pen. You've got to think about the scenarios here. How can Ryan win this? Ryan can win this by battling Kamke. But no, I don't know. It just seems like he's kind of phoned it in a little bit, and I think that's going to cost him.
Yeah, I was going to say the only hope that Ryan's got now is a few side-by-side moments where Kamke could force him into picking up an extra invalidation that could push him to a pen.
You have to consider from Neil's point of view, he only was 7 seconds behind, which is 4 seconds to Ryan. So he only needed to gain 4 seconds on Ryan. Yes, he had to gain 7 on Kamke, but it doesn't need to phone it in quite that to that point.
Yeah, and United Bosnia now has it all to do again after that contact with ST5, and now Smitsky's on the back of ST5, and Smitsky's a guy who could come back and pick up some good points, yeah?
Absolutely, and we've got this interesting. Ryan does set the fastest lap. Now, I don't think he is going to be able to do it, but...
Yellow flag! Is that Cloudy Cloud gone as well? Yep, Cloudy Cloud's around, as is Emperor. We got Jordan still on the back of Dave here, and both even Stevens on penalties.
Stunning recovery from the Americans in the Hasses. Done really well to get themselves back in a competitive place after a really poor start.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that one. And right now it's looking like Ryan now is starting to push, and Kamke doesn't really have the ERS to keep up right now.
If you can get this out to 2 seconds, you start to cause a sweat. Oh, Kamke with a massive wobble, and he's losing time and time and time. Oh, this could be a sweat after all.
Oh, just when you thought it was all over.
It's just looking a bit tentative. Just looking a tiny bit tentative. Ryan needs to just...
Bosnia. On the outside of Jasper, is he going to try it on Slayer as well? No, he thinks better of it.
Jasper leaving half a car perfectly within his rights. Oh, United Bosnia will get a warning for that. That'll frustrate him. Jasper runs wide. United Bosnia are looking on the outside. What's he going to do here? Is he going to switch to the in? He does. Dives out the inside. Jasper gives him as minimal amount of room as possible. Good driving from both.
McDutch's meanwhile behind, getting very wide in that corner again, and Smitsky trying to look down the inside of the quadruple right-hander.
Oh, great move.
Gets it done.
Great move.
Now for Smisky, he could be looking at a point or two after making that two stop.
Here's the situation. We've got Ryan. If he can, this is not over for one reason. He's got more ERS, and he's coming onto the back of someone. He could potentially get DRS on.
It's the wets. DRS not activated.
Oh, you div. Well, he could. He could get DRS. I don't know. If the stone hits the right part of the. Oh, that's such a shame. But I tell you what,
Dave, side by side. It's a drag race.
Oh, Dave's running on. Not fair play.
Back out.
Slayer is round. Nightmare for him.
Final lap now. The gap is 2 seconds, 2.2. He's got nothing to lose here.
He's overvaluing that, as in my opinion. I know you can't use it here, but use it on every. As soon as the car gets straight here, ping it down, go for it.
Yep, he does.
Costa. As soon as you're out of that traction zone, go for it. And that's all he needs to do.
The thing is,
because Camca's going to start running into issues. He's going to start running it. He's nearly exhausted that. It shouldn't matter too much, but if he finishes this lap with any errors, he's not going to be happy with himself. It's half a second.
It's tantalisingly close. I think Camke's done enough.
He has. He has.
Slater's retired.
Ooh, Ryan is giving it everything. Fair play to him. But like I say, look, he's still ended the lap with 32%. He could have had 2 more laps at this. Might have cost himself a win, but great effort.
Pretty sure Ryan only had 3 seconds time penalty, so I see 3.7 behind Camke.
Very bizarre. There's definitely a lobby glitch. Pretty much puts the icing on the cake. It was miles behind. Don't know what he was doing there. Looks like he kind of gave up.
Yeah,
was round.
I am starting to get the connection issues now to the lobby because everything is lagging for me. But hopefully we can see everyone cross the line, and hopefully I don't get removed before we run you through the orders for the final time.
So you have the 2 Hasses come through in ceremony. Bosnia comes over the line in 9th. Don't think he'll keep it. I think the Dutch face might well do.
No, the Dutch face drops to 12th. Smitsky gets 2 points. And SST5 jumps him. Yes, ST5 gets 11th.
On those wets, incredible effort. Swip. Unfortunate race for him. He must have had an incident out there at some point, I think.
We've also got Ibo right behind Swip as well. This was a this race was a bit scruffy at times. A bit well, quite a bit of issues with the lobby glitch, but I don't know. Hopefully we don't get these issues in the future. It will be really annoying to be removed from lobbies and that all the time, and it's a lottery of who gets removed. And we was lucky that both myself and Mark wasn't removed, because that has happened before. But Cam K on the top step of the podium with Ryan B and Niels alongside, and I think Ryan B left it a bit too late to start pushing.
Did he still had some errs left there, but 30 odd %. You wanted to be right on the fringe of it, and bit of a what if potentially. Oh, he got another pen. He got another pen.
So that's
probably
why
on. He must have got that last corner or so. Oh no, it didn't show. It was a penultimate corner, a penultimate lapping. Yeah, great effort.
So running for the orders one more time. Cam K is our race winner, ahead of Ryan in second, Niels in third, Alt Maverick in fourth, Ghost Recon fifth, Dave in sixth, Jordan seventh, Flip in eighth, United Bosnia in ninth, Jasper in 10th, ST5 11th, and Smitsky gets the final points paying position with McDutt Chase, Swip, Slayer, Emperor Rub, Cloudy Cloud, Ibo, and Royal Council still our finishers outside of the points, and only the one DNF coming from Steve-O. But yeah, a very strange race that one, and I'm guessing quite a lot of work for the Eloise steward at some point tonight.
Potentially. Yeah, just the disconnects again. Just I just put a horrible sour note on it, but fair play to everyone. Unbelievable. Unbelievable effort for so many to finish in that weather as well. Fair play. Slayer saying he just messaged me saying he couldn't see anything. Yeah, well done to everyone.
Yep, and if you was going to give driver of the day, would it be Cam K? Kept it clean?
I think you have to. I do think you have to. A special shout out to ST5 though for keeping his car straight with those wets. Don't think they were the optimal tyre, but I didn't think he did as bad as what we anticipated. The line was definitely close. It was definitely close between those inters and wets.
And I think a massive shout out to the Ferrari engineers for putting Smitsky on the terrible strategy.
Yeah, seems about standards. Seems about right.
Yep, and I think that'll wrap things up here for round 15. Next week we will be in Mexico, and hopefully we will see you all there, and hopefully I actually put the title right in the next stream. I think that would be a good target for me. But until then, guys, I've been Mike, he's been Mark, and we'll catch you next week.